For Phantom Legendary. Pull up!
Nice job. Good job.
Flying challenge.
Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Henry and welcome to this very fun challenge today. I'm really excited to do it. Today our challenge is to fly the Cessna 172 in X-Plane 10, the circuit without elevator control. I'm very excited. So we're going to be going up to here, aircraft, then we're going to click aircraft equipment failures. We're going to go to the pitch up and pitch down and up. So we don't have any control over those now. So if I go into the external view, you can see that everything moving besides the elevators. All right, so just to prove I'm not cheating here. I am, however, going to be using full flap. So if you look off to the side here, you can see that full flap coming down. And it's a very good exercise to be able to practice this. And you'll see why in a second here. But let's get to it. Again, full circuit, no elevators, let's go. Alright, it's actually not as hard as you think it is. So we're going to do our normal kind of run down the runway here. We're going to stay in the center line. However, we're going to take off at around 70 knots. That's when there's going to be enough lift here. So keeping those wings level. Again, I have no control of my elevators here. We are up above the ground. Nice big bubble. Now, I brought my power back a little bit here because since we have no elevators, so no pitch control, I control my attitude here by using my power. So if I want to pitch up, I add more power. If I want to pitch down, I just take some power away. You can watch the RPM gauge there on the bottom of the screen to see what I'm doing completely. But again, I am using full flaps, and I'll show you in the downwind why I'm using full flaps right now. Just because I'm getting enough lift that I'm able to do this a lot easier, all right? Again, I'll show you in the downwind what'll happen if we subtract some flap. But as you can see, I have no control. I still have no control over my elevators here. They're still straight, but I'm still gaining altitude because, again, my flaps are down and I have enough power to create enough lift. All right, so we're coming up at around 500 feet. Just gonna start my upwind turn, and I'll add a little bit of power here, just because since the wings aren't level, they're generating technically less lift. All right, so you need to add more power to compensate for that. So let's go for a heading of 040. You can see my VSI. I am losing a little bit of vertical climb because of this turn. We will finish turning right here. There you go. And I'll take power away again just because our wings are more efficient. There you go. So if I ever pitch down like this, I just add a little bit more power. And there you go. It's important to think of ahead of the aircraft too, right? Because if you react while it's happening, then you're just going to keep going up and down. But if you think ahead, so just before the plane starts to pitch down, then add some power there. So pretty much before my turn there, I added a little bit of power. Just because I know that, again, less efficient means nose down. So there you go. We're finally on our downwind leg there. We're going for runway 13. Let's see here. There we go. We're all nice and lined up. We're still gaining on around 1,000 here. The ground's around 700 feet ASL above sea level here, so we'll just stop around here. So again, I want to show you what happens when I take away flap. So right now we're rocking full flap right now, okay? So let's say if I'm nice and stable now, I'm around, I'm actually looking very nicely without any elevators. I'm going to take a flap, notch a flap away. Watch what happens. The nose goes down. Why is that? Because the wings are creating less lift, so I need to add more power to compensate for that, right? And I added too much, so I have a little bit of balloon. And if I do that again, adding power, a little bit of flap up, I need to maintain probably around 100 knots now, just to maintain my altitude. And you can see the airspeed go up, the altitude go down. So in our bubble here, I'm going to add full flaps again. see them coming down. You can see the airspeed bleed off. Maintain that straight and level flight. And there you go. So if you're in a bottom like this, I'm going to take away power because the aircraft is going to speed up by itself. And I don't want to like make it worse by oscillations. So there you go, nice quick recovery. So we're just waiting to turn on our base here. Still around 1,000 feet, which is good. And we are gonna get our checks done. Check. And we're around a 45-degree mark. We're gonna go a little bit farther for our downwind on this leg, just because again, we don't have elevator control. So, as you saw earlier, we need a little bit more time between adjustments. So to get on our glide slope, this is great practice, by the way, in the sim. Don't do this in real life. But in the sim, this is great practice to really work on your glide slope. Because again, we over-control a lot in real life and the sim. Like, I know I do it, especially on takeoff. But this exercise really just shows you that you don't need as much elevator control that you think you do. And it's very cool to be able to master this little exercise like we're doing right now, and you should definitely try this. Why not? Alright, so let's go down to around 500 feet, get ready for our final approach, because again, this is probably the trickiest part of this entire exercise because we don't have our full controls, right? So that's around a 500 foot mark there. Let's see, we can start turning on to final here. We'll make it a nice long curve here. Add a little bit more power, like I said, as usual. There we go, and here we are. We're on final, all right? So I'm going to try to keep it as even as possible. And remember that there is going to be a huge bubble when we are on short final, right? Because again, when we get close to the ground, we get into ground effect. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this part or not. I might have to take away some flap last minute here to get us fully on the ground. So once you have established your glide slope like this, just above the tree line here, you can see I'm a lot more shallow for the approach here. Watch out for those power lines. Because again, I literally just want to fly right into the runway here. Add more power. And take that flap away, and oh, look at that. Look at that. Flapless landing. In real life, we would have lost our front gear, but you know what? We would have survived. We would not have crashed. We are still alive. And I think we've earned our freaking elevator controls back. So I'm just going to go back into equipment failures. And then bring these two back. So now we have our controls back. That's how you do your little amazing elevator free circuit, guys. Give that a go. Let me know what else you want me to try next. If you guys have any other challenges, and I highly suggest you give this one a go, because again, it's great practice. It shows you just how much you actually over control using your pitch. And again, as always, guys and gals, happy landings.